So as a homeowner, that's how we were all kind of framed to be. Basically, we were told that we need to go to school, primary school, go to secondary school, and then obviously we go to college, and then we go to university, get ourselves a job, and the next thing our families ask us basically is to buy a home. And once we bought a home, and then obviously we got married, and then obviously we were told then to start having kids and pay down our mortgage. So basically this is what we've been framed to do. This is how we've been programmed to do, especially if you've gone to uni, you've educated yourself, and you've started work, and you feel that security. So the only thing that you'll be thinking of, maybe I can buy my house, pay it as quickly as I could possibly can, and then obviously retire and then get my pension. Okay, that's how we've been framed. That is a homeowner mindset, right? Because basically we've been brought up that way, and then that emotions, we tend to build it up when we're buying the house. We're looking for the most expensive house, or we're looking for a house that is very, very nice. We go in and invest. We spend lots of money in buying furniture in the property to make it really, really nice and appealing, because we're going with our heart. Okay, so basically we do all that to make sure that whoever walks into our house are really, really impressed. So the property investors, what they do basically, the thing that they do, they buy properties by raising funds. Suppose they have a house, right? What they would do, instead of selling that house, they will look at the equity they would have acquired within that property. Suppose they bought that property maybe about 200,000, or say 100,000 pounds. Let's get the figures really, really easy, nice and simple. And that property goes up by about maybe 7.5%, and then for about 3 or 4 years, they may have made about 31,000 or so capital appreciation in that property for the property price, because the property price would have gone up. So what they would do basically, instead of selling that house, they will remortgage their residential home, pull that 31,000 pounds, buy a property that they can do up, property that they can renovate. They don't buy it on a repayment mortgage, they buy it on an interest-only mortgage, right? Interest-only mortgage, what that means basically, you're only paying interest on the loan you actually take to buy that property. Suppose you buy that property for £100,000, you put down £25,000, and then the £75,000 the bank borrowed you, you are paying interest on that loan instead of repaying the property. And then what that does basically, it means that you have lower interest payment, lower money to pay out as an expense, and then you have a massive cash flow. The benefit of doing that is basically, if you've got that £75,000 loan, right, that is the only amount you need to repay back to the bank. You and I know property prices in the past 80 years, since the 1960s to now, property prices have been going up 7.5% a year, average. Okay, average property prices are going up by 7.5%. So you and I know the property prices would be going up anyway. So even if we pay off that mortgage in about 3 or 4 years time, we would only have to pay that £75,000, because obviously we'll be paying interest on it. So property price has gone up by, say, worst case scenario 7%. Let's say in £100,000, you would have generated £21,000 from just one property. That is just on capital appreciation. Location is very key. The reason why location is important is because that helps you identify your target market. It helps you also identify what return you could make in that location. And obviously it also helps you understand whether there's a capital appreciation in that property or in that location, because obviously location is very, very key. And again, when it comes to location, I'm not talking about buying property in the heart of a city center. I'm not talking about buying property in London or in these big cities. You can buy properties surrounding those big cities that can get you better return on investment, and that could make your money work a lot harder. And again, understand whether you know what you need to look for when it comes to location. Do you know the deposit that is required to buy your investment properties? And have you also set a budget to understand what the maximum amount or value of property you could buy. Suppose you want to buy property. Is it £100,000 worth of property? Is it 150? Is it £200,000 worth of property you want to buy? Property that is worth that amount. I'm not talking about a couple of properties here. So you need to know your budget, because what that helps you, basically helps you understand if you've got the 25% deposit to put down to buy that property. Say suppose the property you want to buy is £100,000, you need 25% of the £100,000, which is £25,000. So again, knowing the value of the properties you want to buy helps you determine and understand whether you've got that money ready, whether you've got the £25,000 ready. Again, you can then check your bank account, you can check your resources. You want to be resourceful as well. Even if you don't have the 100,000 or you don't have the 25,000 pounds, you can literally say, okay, I know this guy or that person, I can lend this, I can borrow that from an investor. I may be able to raise that 25,000 pounds. But again, unless you know what the value of the properties you're looking to buy is, you won't be able to determine that. So again, one of the secrets basically is to understand that amount you want to buy and understand the amount you need to put down to be able to buy that property. Again, the 25% and any legal cost on stamp duty that also comes with it. You can force appreciation. What do I mean by forcing appreciation? If you buy a 3-bedroom freehold property, you've got an opportunity to extend it at the back. You have got an opportunity to extend it on the side. You've got an opportunity to go in the loft. You've got an opportunity to do whatever you want to do with that property pending planning approval. So again, you don't have to actually go through any other issues. But then if you bought a flat, obviously, if you got a 2-bedroom flat, that's it. That is a 2-bedroom flat. You can't do anything with it. That's it basically. If it's 2-bedroom flat, it's 2-bedroom flat. You're not going to do anything with it. It is what it is. You have to unfortunately live with that. But whereas if it's a 3-bedroom freehold property, you can literally work in about 5-6 years time, or maybe a couple of years, or when you just buy the property, you can decide to extend it, and most councils allow you to extend at the back of your house about 6 meters or so, which again, you don't need planning for that. You only need a consent from the council to allow that to happen. Again, that's another benefit you can get from buying a freehold buy-to-let property. So you must buy these properties. If you don't buy these properties, basically you're losing out big time. Imagine buying a 3-bedroom house that allow you to actually have an extension at the back, right? And a double-story extension. You have that's a 4 or 5-bedroom house, or you can easily convert it into HMO, right? You can easily convert it into 4 or 5-bedroom HMO, or maybe even 6-bedroom HMO if you want to go to the loft. And whereas if it was a flat you've bought, you can't do any of those. You cannot force the appreciation, because obviously it is what it is. Take it or leave it. So again, that's the reason I'm banging on buying houses. When you buy houses, you can do so many stuff with it. Suppose you don't want it to be a house anymore, you can convert it into flats. Okay, say you bought a 3-bedroom house, got a massive extension at the back, potential, or sideways. You can obviously seek for planning permission, convert that into 2 flats, and again, you force the appreciation there. And again, these are the benefits you could get. So again, I've been banging on this. Please, if you haven't thought about investing in property, if you thought about investing in property, now is the time to actually get your money ready for when recession is. So you must buy to let property investment properties, because these are the ones that allows you to force the appreciation within the asset, to allow you to pull some of your investment out at the same time, force the cash flow as well. I really hope this video has been helpful, and if this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit like button below, subscribe to my channel for more of these amazing tutorials.